Gold and silver are severely undervalued. But having said that, I don't give a crap, honestly, about the spot market because that is a manipulated market.
Do you believe that the reset that's coming will end the manipulation with precious metals? Which stacking party do you belong to?
So I went down to the water and found my fate, because I don't wanna be stuck in the good old days. That's when you say, I swear you ain't seen nothing yet.
The new Cross and Flag gold bars, exclusively at sdbullion.com.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Yankee Stacking. I want to keep with our election year theme here and ask you a question. Actually, I'm going to ask everybody watching this video this question. Which stacking party do you belong to? So let me describe the two parties here. In the first party are the gold and silver stackers who view precious metals as a great way to build their wealth, maybe even get rich. They may not admit that publicly. They might not even realize that that is actually their stacking strategy. But in actuality, they look at a rising spot price as a good thing. Many of them look at precious metals as a savings account that they intend to draw on in the future by selling their metals for cash. I call these people flipper stackers. Here's the second one. Those on the side of the aisle that have no interest in exchanging their yellow or white metal back into fake fiat currency. Ever. Okay, they could, Lynette. They could in an emergency, right? But they don't want to because gold and silver are simply real money wealth insurance. They are the gold and silver stackers who view precious metals as a way to preserve their wealth. They view a rising spot price as a bad thing. I call them prepper stackers. And if this is your party, you really don't lose any sleep over what the spot price of gold and silver are. Okay, so Lynette, which party are you in?
Well, I would say I'm more in the latter party, but also a bit in the other party as well, because the strategy that I'm executing for myself is built on layers depending upon where we are. So quite honestly, this is my emergency savings, just a raw 1 ounce gold coin. But then I'm into this for building wealth over time. So if something came up, I'd liquidate this if I absolutely had to, right? But this is for the long term, and the different quality levels of it would determine, is it something I'm going to convert into those income producing assets in the future, or I'm going to leave as a legacy for my children. And so I have a variety of them based upon my different needs. But having said that, I don't give a crap, honestly, about the spot market because that is a manipulated market. And a rising spot market is an indication of a failing currency, so they must suppress it. I say hallelujah because, quite honestly, I want to keep accumulating, right? But in addition to that, when all confidence is gone in the system, in those that are in power, they're going to take this. When nobody trusts this anymore, they're going to take this and reset it. So I know at 2,500, at 25,000, to be honest with you, gold and silver are severely undervalued. And I am such a strong believer that you always want to have the lion's share of your wealth in an undervalued asset that is in a long-term positive trend, and the least amount of your wealth in an overvalued instrument that is in a long-term negative trend. And anything that you can only convert back into this is, quite frankly, in a negative trend, because of the purchasing power. It's not the direction of the stock market. It's the direction of how much you can buy with this stuff. I mean, come on. This is not rocket science, and it's black and white. Anybody and everybody has access to the same information that you might have some secret access, but I don't for sure.
Now, okay, you caught me. I did force an either or situation here with those two sides, right? You know, there are those third-party stackers out there. All right, so they have a blend of those two, like you mentioned. I think that's great. I also have another category of stackers called collector stackers. Those who really loved the numismatic side of it. They like to collect. I'm not a collector stacker. I'm about 90% prepper stacker. I do a little bit just for fun. I'm not looking to this asset class to build my wealth. Now, I have softened that stance a little bit, only because there seems to be an inflation gap that grew. So there's some catch up that needs to occur there. So maybe there's an arbitrage. Maybe there is a way to maybe build a little bit of your wealth in that regard. But under normal circumstances, over the long term, whatever you gain in the dollar value of gold and silver is usually lost in inflation. It's the dollar going down. So to me, it's a zero-sum game usually.
I'm not a short-term trader. That is not what I'm about at all. I'm a long-term strategist. And as I just saw, doing that on a whole basket of food, right? As well as automobiles, as well as real estate. I mean, do it with everything and anything that you want to. That, you know, the silver really does maintain your purchasing power. That's its function. But for gold, it's severely, both of them are severely undervalued. But even in this manipulated market, I don't know, 12,000% versus what was it, 2,800%? Give me gold. And so they've been confiscating your wealth since the day you were born. Go on the FRED, F-R-E-D, look at the purchasing power of the consumer dollar, put your birth date in there, and you're going to see that they have been robbing you since you were born.
Well, I agree that they are already confiscating our wealth through the hidden tax of inflation. I believe they're going to confiscate our digital wealth one day.
Absolutely.
A great taking. I think our 401ks, our IRAs, our bank accounts, Social Security, all the digital assets by a keystroke is what is at risk first and foremost.
100%. 100%.
You believe that the reset that's coming will end the manipulation with precious metals?
If we can create that quiet and peaceful revolution, and we get enough people on a global basis to convert their disgusting value-losing fiat into sound money, and we can really, on a global basis, support a sound money movement, then I think we will have a seat at the table. I think we have a shot. One person can't do it. I can't do it. What can I do? You know, but if we all come together, you and me, right? We both have followers and others that are also in this space, and they have people that are paying attention. And if all of those followers on your channel, on my channel, on other channels make that conversion, then I think we got a shot of having a more fair system, but it must be convertible. If it's not convertible, they could do anything they want and just continue to lie, and lie some more.
Well, Lynette, I really appreciate what you have done for our community, educating people. You have such a wealth of knowledge. Subscribe to Lynette Zang's YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Also, it's going to be on a pinned comment. Let me know your thoughts too. Leave your comments. What party do you belong to when it comes to your gold and silver stacking? Lynette, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure, as always, to see you, Yankee. Thank you for having me. It's been fun.